Y'all, grab your biggest mug because this tea is overflowing and it's about to change everything we thought we knew about this power couple. So, settle in and let's dive into this messy situation. So, Lisa Raye just dropped a bombshell that's shaking the foundation of Brat and Judy's relationship, and let me tell you, it's not pretty. We're talking allegations of physical abuse, financial manipulation, and betrayal that'll make your head spin faster than a DJ's turntables. Now, we've all been watching Brat and Judy serve up couple goals on Instagram, right? All lovey-dovey, looking like they're living their best life. But honey, according to Lisa Raye, that picture-perfect image is about as real as my great-aunt Gertrude's wig collection. Let's start with the money, honey, because you know that's where the drama always begins. We all know DaBrat's been struggling with some serious financial issues, even filing for bankruptcy. And in comes Judy, looking like a knight in shining armor with her $40 million kaleidoscope empire. Sounds like a fairy tale, right? Well, hold on to your wigs because this fairy tale just turned into a horror story. According to Lisa Raye, Judy's been using all that cash to pull DaBrat's strings like she's a puppet in a twisted financial show. We're talking about Judy allegedly supporting not just DaBrat, but also her own kids and DaBrat's mom. That's a whole lot of mouths to feed, and apparently Judy's been happy to play provider, as long as DaBrat stays in line and does what she's told. But here's where it gets real messy. Lisa Raye claims that when DaBrat doesn't follow Judy's script, bam, Judy pulls the financial rug right out from under her. We're not just talking about cutting off the designer shopping sprees, y'all. We're talking about basic needs. Can you imagine? One minute you're living large, the next you're wondering how you're gonna keep the lights on. It's like a roller coaster, but instead of thrills, you're just getting nauseous. Now, I know some of y'all are thinking, but maybe DaBrat's just living beyond her means. And I hear you, I do. But remember, DaBrat's been through bankruptcy. She was already in a tight spot when Judy swooped in with all that cash. What looked like a lifeline at first is now looking more like a chain, keeping DaBrat trapped in a situation she can't easily walk away from. It's like those golden handcuffs you hear about. Sure, they're pretty, but they're still handcuffs. But hold on to your edges because the tea gets even hotter. Lisa Raye didn't just stop at exposing Judy's alleged financial games. Oh no, she went all in, dropping bombshells about physical violence that'll make your skin crawl. According to Lisa Raye, Judy's allegedly been putting her hands on DaBrat since they started dating. Can you believe it? The woman who's supposed to be DaBrat's ride or die is allegedly treating her like a punching bag. And if that wasn't bad enough, here's the kicker. Lisa Raye claims Judy allegedly set DaBrat up to get jumped and beaten. I mean, what in the world? That's not just crossing a line, that's obliterating it, setting it on fire, and dancing on the ashes. Can you imagine the emotional toll this must be taking on DaBrat? One minute she's living her best life, thinking she's found her happily ever after, and the next she's allegedly dodging fists and watching her back. It's like she went from a love story to a horror movie without even changing the channel. Now, let's talk about that public image for a hot second. We've all seen Judy and DaBrat looking all loved up on social media, right? All smiles and hard eyes. But if these allegations are true, it's like we've been watching a whole different movie. It's like finding out your favorite rom-com is actually a psychological thriller. Talk about a plot twist. But here's the thing, y'all. We've got to remember that these are all allegations at this point. We weren't there, we didn't see it with our own eyes. But if they're true, Lord have mercy, it paints a completely different picture of Judy than what we've been seeing. Instead of a loving, supportive wife, we're looking at someone who might have been using their power and money to keep their partner under control. It's a stark reminder that what we see on social media isn't always the gospel truth. Behind those filtered photos and carefully worded posts, there could be a whole different story playing out. And speaking of different stories, let's talk about the bomb DaBrat herself dropped recently. Our girl's been catching some serious heat for saying some questionable stuff about lesbian marriages that had the LGBTQ+ community in an uproar. And honestly, who can blame them? But here's where it gets interesting. Some people are saying this might be DaBrat's way of dealing with all the alleged mistreatment from Judy. It's like she's trying to make sense of her own pain by questioning everything she thought she knew about love. But wait, it gets even messier. There are rumors flying around that Judy's been stepping out on DaBrat with men. That's right. There are whispers that Judy's been showing interest in the opposite sex, leaving DaBrat questioning Judy's true orientation. Talk about a plot twist. Can you imagine the emotional roller coaster DaBrat must be on? On one hand, she's allegedly dealing with physical and financial mistreatment from Judy. On the other, she's struggling with her own feelings about her marriage and it's like she's caught in a tornado of emotions, and honey, I'm getting dizzy just thinking about it. Now, let's not forget about the pressure DaBrat's under. She's living her life in the public eye, trying to figure out her feelings while the whole world is watching. It's like trying to solve a Rubik's Cube while a stadium full of people critique your every move. No wonder she's saying some wild things. The girl is going through it. But y'all, just when you think this drama couldn't get any more complicated, remember there's a whole baby in the mix. That's right, their son True is caught in the middle of all this mess. Now, this is where it gets really wild. True was born through in vitro fertilization using Judy's egg and an anonymous sperm donor, with DaBrat carrying the baby and giving birth through surrogacy. It's a modern miracle, right? But now it's turning into a modern nightmare. Word on the street is that DaBrat's seeking primary custody of True. Can you imagine how messy this could get? DaBrat carried the baby, but Judy's got the biological connection. It's like a Maury episode waiting to happen. And to make matters even more complicated, there are rumors flying around that DaBrat and Judy might not even be legally married. Apparently, their fabulous wedding might have been more of a commitment ceremony than a legally binding one. If that's true, it throws a whole new wrench into this custody mess. Now, let's talk about why DaBrat is allegedly asking for primary custody. Remember all the tea we've been spilling about alleged mistreatment and manipulation? Well, even if half of that is true, it's no wonder DaBrat wants to keep True away from that environment. But here's the kicker. Proving all that in court? Yeah, that's gonna be tougher than getting my grandma to understand TikTok. And don't even get me started on the infidelity rumors. If DaBrat can back up her allegations about Judy being more interested in men, it could be a game changer for the whole custody battle. But at the end of the day, let's not forget about little True. This baby is caught in the middle of all this mess and he didn't ask for any of it. One minute he's being cuddled by both his mamas, the next he's at the center of a custody war. It's enough to make your heart break. But hold on to your wigs, because we're not done yet. There's a whole other layer to this onion of drama. Some folks are saying that Judy might have had ulterior motives for getting with DaBrat from the jump. I'm talking about using DaBrat's fame to boost her own brand. Can you believe it? Here's Judy with her own $40 million empire. But apparently, when she saw DaBrat, all she saw were dollar signs and a ticket to the LGBTQ+ market. Now I know what you're thinking. But they looked so happy. And yeah, they did. But that's the thing about social media, isn't it? It's like a highlight reel of people's lives. You never know what's going on behind the scenes. Some folks are saying Judy's whole public image is just smoke and mirrors. She's out here flexing on the gram, showing off her lavish lifestyle. But what if it's all just for show? And let's not forget about Judy's past. There's talk about her being mixed up in some shady business deals back in the day. We're talking scams and all sorts of drama. It's enough to make you wonder if DaBrat knew what she was getting into. If the rumors are true, can you imagine how DaBrat must be feeling? Finding out the person you thought was your ride or die might have just been using you for fame? That's gotta hurt worse than any physical pain. So, where do we go from here? With DaBrat filing for divorce and seeking primary custody of True, we're looking at a messy legal battle ahead. This isn't going to be a quick and easy split, especially with Judy being True's biological mom. DaBrat's got to prove she's the better parent while dealing with all this emotional baggage. And let's not forget about the money situation. DaBrat might be in for a rude awakening when those kaleidoscope checks stop rolling in. What's next for DaBrat? Can she bounce back from all this drama? Will she spill more tea about what's really going on in their relationship? And how's it going to affect her music career? We heard she's got an album trying to come out, so maybe, just maybe, this could all be a PR stunt to get the blogs talking about her. We'll just have to wait and see what happens next. The fans, of course, have been all over this drama. Some are saying Judy isn't ready for DaBrat when she gets mad, especially when it comes to her baby True. Others are calling Judy out as a user who isn't a real mama. And some are even speculating that Judy knew she wasn't going to stay with DaBrat, spending up the money and not taking her business seriously. At the end of the day, this whole situation is messier than a toddler eating spaghetti. It's a reminder that what we see on social media isn't always the full picture, and that even the most picture-perfect relationships can have dark undercurrents. Whether these allegations are true or not, one thing's for sure: DaBrat and Judy's relationship will never be the same. So what do y'all think about all this drama? Is DaBrat better off without Judy, or is there more to this story than meets the eye? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and let's keep this tea party going. And remember, honey, if there's one thing we can learn from all this, it's that love isn't always what it seems. So keep your eyes open, your circle tight, and your tea piping hot. This is Hot Gossip signing off. Stay fabulous, stay woke, and most importantly, stay tuned for more juicy celebrity drama. Goodbye!